Alright everyone, Noel June here. Welcome to Take 0 Product Reviews. Today I'm going to be testing this, the UF8 Dual Action Polisher. This has been kindly sent to me by Ultimate Finish, and they've also sent me some cutting pads and polishing pads and some compound as well. And what I'm going to be doing basically is using the UF8 to machine polish the heavily oxidized paint on my 1982 Vauxhall Viceroy. Now I'm preparing this car for the London Classic Car Show, and it's coming up in a couple of days, so it's been a mad rush to try and get this car clean, and actually it's been a mad rush to try and get this car up and running because I've had major issues with the carburetor. But that's all sorted now, so the car is actually running, driving and moving, which means I can actually move it about to do the work on the body. So in this video I'm going to test the UF8 and see how the products, the shoal cutting compound, responds to the heavily oxidized paint on this car. And then once I've cut through the top layer of bad paint, I will use the shoal finishing compound, finishing polish, to basically refine all the scratches and basically make the car as presentable as I can, because you know this is an original paint car. There's only 4 of these Vauxhall Viceroys left on the road in the UK. It's a very, very rare car, and I'm really excited that it's going to be at the London Classic Car Show. This is one of the biggest classic car shows in the whole of the UK, and I want people to be able to see this car at its best, even with the bits of rust that it has. So yeah, better get cracking. Now the UF8 Dual Action Polisher has got an 880 watt motor, and it also has an 8mm throw, and the plates are 5" and 6". The other thing to point out with this polisher is it doesn't have a slow start, but it does have a 6-speed setting, which gives you a bit more control over the speed of the machine. So what I'm going to do now is basically start my test on the bonnet of the Viceroy. I've masked off some of the critical areas like the chrome trim at the front here, and I'll probably do a bit more around the edges here just to protect the wings, because I don't want to go over too far and do some over polishing, and also probably do a bit up around the scuttle panel area here too. And so once I've done that test on the bonnet and seen how it comes up, I will do the rest of the car, which is quite a lot of metal to cover, and then we'll see what the results are like at the end. Now for the cutting phase, I'm going to be using Shoal S17 Plus, which is a high performance heavy cut compound. And just give the bottle a good shake. I'm going to apply roughly 5 drops around the pad, and then I'm going to pick a panel on the car, put some spots on there, and then slowly start the machine and get polishing. Now the important thing to note is you start the machine off at the low speed setting. This one doesn't have a slow start, but it does start at 1, which is the slow setting it has. So basically I'm just going to gently place the pad down. I'm just going to pick this spot here and slowly get into position, just bed it down a bit. So for starters, I'm just going to move the machine down the panel, just spreading the compound around. Here, get it into the edges. And I'm basically just following the line of the panel here. So as you can see, I've spread the product around. Now I'm going to up the speed to about 3, and then keep going up and down, and see how it performs. See, quite a bit of product has come off the paint. That's to be expected. Quite a bit of maroon in the pad there, but I think it's definitely taken some paint off, which is what I wanted to do. So now I'm going to check the panel, wipe it down, and see how the compound and the pad is done on the paint. So as you can see, the strip has come up pretty okay actually. It's taken a top layer of the oxidized paint off, which is what I wanted. Yeah, it's definitely an improvement. It's by no means perfect. It needs a good bit more work. You can see some evidence of bird strike there. Yep, we all hate bird and bird poo. And yeah, you can see there's lots of scratches still, and there's definitely still oxidization taking place. So I'm going to have to give it another go with the cutting compound, take another layer off. Well, this is after pass number 3.
And I actually bumped the speed up to 3 as well, just to make it work a bit harder. It's definitely improved it again. Still a few patches here and there that look a bit oxidized, and it's definitely going to need another cut, I think. So next up is the refining polish. Going to give this a try and see how it works. And again, setting it back down to speed of 1. Start at the top and blot on the product, and then fire it on. And now that I've spread it around, I'm going to put it up to 3 and attack it some more. Now I've done another pass with the refining polish, and I actually stopped about here, and you can just see the slight difference. There's still a ton of scratches in here. I mean, it's scratched to hell, but it's shinier. And as you come to here, you can see how dull that is compared to that side. So yeah, it's coming along.
So what do I think of the UF8 Dual Action polisher? I think it's pretty good, actually. I like it. It's a nice weight. You know, it's not too big, it's not too clumsy, and yeah, the weight is good, and it's nicely balanced at the front, and you know, the hand grip here is good. The speed settings are easy to use, and the speed settings I think are pretty good for an 880 watt motor. And yeah, I like it. It's nice, and I mean, it's no rupees super duper polisher, but for doing what I'm doing right here, right now, it's absolutely perfect for getting rid of the oxidized layer paint on this car. So that's it for this episode of Take the Road product reviews. Hope you found it useful. A big thank you to Ultimate Finish for sending me their UF8 machine polisher, the 3M pads, and the shoal cutting and refining compound as well. It is a shame I haven't been able to achieve more today than I had originally set out. You know, I probably should have realised that the paint on this car would be more trashed underneath the oxidized layer, but you know, you live and learn with old classic cars. You never know what they're going to throw up, especially when you get a cheap one off the internet, which is what this one was. But the main thing is, it's running, it's driving. The exterior might be scruffy, but the interior is looking tidy, which is the main thing. And I can't wait to share this car with loads of people at the show in a couple of days' time. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what people think of it, because I'm sure loads of people haven't seen one of these in forever. And yeah, I'm sure people will enjoy this big old West German built British badged barge. So that's it for this episode of Take the Road product reviews. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, and if you want to follow the story with this Vauxhall Viceroy, I've got loads of cool stuff planned over the next couple of months, and yeah, I can't wait to share it all with you. And I'm also on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, and if you like these films and find them useful, I'm on Patreon as well. And yeah, if you could support some of these films, it would be fantastic by becoming a patron on my Patreon page. So that's it for this episode. If you are going to the London show, this film is actually coming out after the London Classic Car Show, so if you swung by and said hello to me and the Vauxhall Viceroy, thanks for doing that. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next episode, and don't forget, just go drive.